yeah, that's a 1JZ, and I'm not sure if you guys noticed the difference in perspective there. You guys are basically around the back seat area. We got the passenger seat down, which should tell you it is OEM. We're in a Chaser JZX 100, and we got that 1JZ, good old 2.5 liter inline six, very rev happy. But unfortunately, we got a bit of traffic, so just gonna tell you a little bit about this car, and we'll hop into the engine bay later on and show you the exterior at the warehouse. So if you're new here, we do have plenty of inventory videos, and I'll be presenting them to you. And if you're looking for anything else in particular, just check out our other videos or give us a call or email info@jdm-expo.com. And so, yeah, you guys might notice the little Drift Mania decal over there. And so, yeah, this one is actually set up for drift. We've got aftermarket suspension on here, a lot of goodies, a lot of gauges, as you can see here. I got my boost gauge right here on this side. And, yeah, another red light. But I'll tell you a little bit more about the interior. You can see we do have some carbon fiber on the different panelings here, on the center console area and down towards the shifter. It's all actually a carbon fiber, which is neat. It's not just the super basic one. So actually on the sides it's a little bit worn. We even have a little bit of the clear coat starting to come off, so if you guys wanted to fix that or something, you can definitely get that taken care of. It is custom, so not sure if we could even get those for you, so it's probably better just to repair it. Dash is actually in pretty decent shape, except for around the airbag, just a minor warp on there, but like the rest of it's okay, no cracks. We do have some of the little sticky things here for the gauges though, so you'll need some adhesive remover if you wanted to rearrange that. But for the most part, you got all the little goodies here that you need. Got some Defi gauges and some Blitz gauges here. Boost gauge is Defi over here. This one is Blitz, but I think this is non-functional now. So whoever had it before did a few things to it. You'll notice that the stereo is gone. It was actually taken out. We do have it, but I am not sure the functioning status of that. It was a little Navi system deck, but it left it back at the office since it's not plugged in. Shift knob is OEM, and so is the handbrake, but we also have the little drift button thing on there, so you can pull the e-brake, and so you know, one of those is pretty cheap, a little anodized aluminum thing to stop the button from being engaged, so that you can pull the e-brake whenever you're recorrecting in a drift. So yeah, we do have the Depot Racing steering wheel here. It says drifting on there. And it's actually got a decent build. It reminds me of actually another Momo one, but it kind of makes me wonder if they actually changed it out and it's actually a Momo, which would be kind of weird. But yeah, the rest of the interior is OEM though. So for the most part, we got the side panels, a little like soft carpeting on the sides, which is pretty nice. And yeah, a little bit disappointing because I can't open it up for you guys, but I love the sound of that inline six though. And it's actually straight piped. I have to double check on the cat. I wasn't able to throw it on the lift earlier, so we'll probably do that another time. Or if you'd like some underneath photos, you could definitely hit up our sales team. We'll be able to get those for you later. But yeah, definitely want to get this video out to you guys sooner so you guys can check out this Chaser. Yeah, the rest of the interior is pretty much stock. And when it comes to the doodads that they installed here, it's let's see, front mount intercooler, a couple of other things, intake. So yeah, a couple of mods to open it up and definitely give it some sound, give it a little bit of breathing room so that you can extract a little bit more power out of that. But as far as I understand, it isn't fully tuned at all. It's just pretty much OEM with a couple of bolt-ons. So sounds good though, see? And there's still traffic, so it's like, whatever. Do apologize for that, guys. Yeah, transmission hasn't given me any trouble. I think the clutch is just OEM type for this transmission. I'm not sure about the status of if it was swapped or whatever, because the gauges are different as well. So I don't have like any sign of it being an automatic swap. You can double check with our sales team on those details, because I wasn't made aware of any of that. So I'm just going off of what we have here. We got about 110 or 111,000 kilometers on the clock, almost 112,000. So that's like what, 60,000 miles ish. So definitely not that bad, really. Especially with the 1 and 2 JZs will last quite a while. I believe that there's a sticker on the engine for timing belt replacement. You're supposed to hit that every 100,000 miles or 100,000 kilometers, about 60,000 miles. So that was taken care of about 4 or 5 years ago. So they haven't really used it that much since then, as far as I can understand. So rather interesting. But yeah, the previous owner or owners definitely took care of this. We do got some fresher tires on here, and yeah, overall it's just really comfortable. But I am in a bucket seat here, so if you're a little bit bigger than me, you know, 5'9" husky boy, you might have a little bit of trouble, especially if you're a bit taller than me. Then you might need to switch it out for a different seat. But yeah, I'll show you this in a bit when we get to the warehouse and show you around. The exterior, I think they touched up the clear coat, and I'll have a look at that when we get to the warehouse though. So like there's no faded portions on there, so it just seems like they polished it up and stuff, and should be, looks pretty good though. So definitely get a coat of wax on there. Alrighty, so we're starting here from the interior, and as you can see, the dash there, looking pretty good overall, except for that one area, this minor warp around the, oop, can't focus on that, but that's airbag area, Drift Mania decal. As you can see, the carpets, OEM, and door panels looking good, and you can see what I was talking about there with some of the coating drying out there, a little bit of chip, but you can probably resurface that and put some clear coat if you'd like. As you can see, more OEM interior components, and then of course you can see a little bit of the reflection right there. See, carbon fiber OEM shifter right there. So shift knob is pretty, you know, worn a bit and showing its age, but still intact. Got that anodized button holder thing for the e-brake, so little handbrake thing, and for some reason I just can't get a focus on it. There we go, boom, sort of. Little depot racing horn there, but it says drifting, which I thought that was a Momo wheel, but have to double check on that because it does have some wear on there, but overall like pretty solid, you can see. And of course I'll show you guys the mileage here. You'll have to double check with our sales team on the records to make sure it's all original. But yeah, 111,000 kilometers. Oh yeah, that blitz gauge. Here, I'll start it again. There we go. Boom, going through its thing. As you can see, 0, because there's no vacuum right now. It's at atmospheric pressure. And so yeah, we got the wiring in there, so if you want to install your own stereo, we could probably double check on the one that was already there, but I'm not sure if it's a functional Navi system or not. It was included with the car. And I'll step out of here for a second so you guys can see what's going on here, and show you guys the pedal arrangement there. It says GT spec on it, aluminum from Razzo, I believe. And here's the racing seat. It's actually got a good texture to it. But as I was saying, if you're a bit of a taller fella, probably you're gonna need a different seat because it is a little bit narrow there and it might bump your head. Yeah, so you can see the door panels are pretty good here. Sorry, it's a little windy here, so a little bit of noise there. But as you can see, the material on this Mark II is pretty good. Even the door panels here. So this is what I was talking about with the little carbon trimmings that they have on all of them. Obviously, you can see it's yellowed a bit from the years. So you could probably recoat those, as I mentioned earlier. You just sand them down a bit, wet sand it, polish it up, and put some clear coat on it, or put a few layers of acrylic. Should be good. I'd recommend some UV protection because this definitely went through a lot. Alrighty, and as we go along here, you can see our rear tail lights D-badge, so it looks pretty clean. And as I was saying earlier, it's straight piped right there, so definitely got plenty of noise from that inline 6. And something to note though is definitely with the wheels and tires, you'd see it's pretty flush. The setup's actually staggered. We got 225s in the front and 235s in the back, and it's Elegant brand racing wheels, or I think it's more of the style, looks more VIP than it does racing. So it's Elegant. And you can see disc brakes all around, pretty good. I mean, this is a little bit on the heavier side, but these are really comfortable. Alright, so let's dive into the engine bay. And here we are. You can see they definitely repainted the outside black, so. And as far as I understand, it was touched up a little while ago for the clear coat, so. Not the original color, but still pretty good. Plenty of mods though. So as you can see, VVTi, so a little bit newer of a 1J, and we've got some of the plumbing here for the front mount intercooler. Get you a little bit cooler of an air charge, get that power. So you can see here, aftermarket air filter goes up in there to the turbos, get that compression through the front, or else up over here to the intake plenum, and boom, more power. So yeah, overall it's got a bit more room than some of the other models, so that's a good thing. If you take care of this yourself, it's a lot easier to deal with, and you get that Toyota reliability as well. So here's some of those numbers for you. You can see the ZX100. And here's the plate right there, so you can look it up on your favorite registries, wherever you look up JDM parts, they got you covered. So yeah, it's a bit breezy, so I do apologize. So we got a lot of clacking and our neighbors throwing out the trash, but yep. Let's go check out the trunk area, and we'll close this up. All right, so the carpet's been removed on here. So we did have this kind of dampens the sound a little bit. So it was taken out by the previous owner. So if you need a spare tire, you could definitely ask our sales team to get you one of those. But it's a little bit quieter having that actually. So, but otherwise there'd be plenty of room here for anything else. But a little bit of that weight savings from the previous owner, so they took out the spare and everything. But if you need one, definitely you could ask our sales guys. They'll hook you up. We'll be able to source any parts you might need. Well, there you have it, guys. Beautiful Mark II here. So JZX100, don't forget that one. And it's got that one JZ. And if you're interested in this or any of the vehicles, just contact our sales team info at jdm-expo.com. And if you want to, you could also use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All those DMs will go to our sales team. And if you're looking for something else, you can let them know, something more or less modified, up to you. And definitely, if you need some other additions on there or some tuning, you know, you could either get some stuff done with us, or we can definitely reach out to some of our partners across Japan. If there's a shop in particular you'd like something done or certain parts, we could definitely contact them. So as always, guys, thanks for stopping by. If you also have any questions about the process, I know shipping's a little bit weird. We also got that thing going on in Suez Canal, just slowing stuff down over to Europe. You know, things happen. So definitely they can let you know if any of these things will have an effect on you or your shipments. And yeah, there's a lot of things going on these days. So definitely stay safe wherever you are. And we got you covered on your JDM needs. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Take care and keep the dreams alive. Got that one JZ, yeah.